So, I just got home from seeing Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows in the theater, and, by the way, it was super awesome, but I'm not going to talk about it yet because I feel like it's too kind of semi-spoiler for people to, like, hear about it yet, but I do eventually want to form a coherent video on my thoughts about everything. I'm going to go see it again, and then maybe we'll think about making a video like that, but for right now, I promise this video is completely spoiler-free. You're not going to get spoiled. I just talk about I wore this to go see the movie tonight, and people are so funny when they see you dressed up in costume because it's like the weirdest thing in the world for them to ever see anyone dressed up in costume ever, like ever, unless it's Halloween or something. And it's interesting to see the reactions that I get. Sometimes I wish I had just a camera just like hovering behind me, like following me and like recording everything that I do, but I don't. So you just get to hear my reenacted version of it. I was walking inside the movie theater at this point, and there were two, like, teenage boys walking behind me, and I was nice and turned and held the door open for both of them, and one of them was like, "Oh, you're going to see Harry Potter," and like you could tell that they weren't really talking to me; they were kind of talking to each other, and like it was just kind of really awkward. It's like, "Oh, she's going to see Harry Potter. Like she's dressed up, like hee, like snicker teenage boy, acting, you know." But I think the most adorable reaction that I got from wearing this tonight was from the lady one of the ladies that works at the theater. I've been going to this theater for a really long time, and I know she worked there because I saw her the last time I was there, and she was like waiting and greeting people, like saying hello, hope you have a good night, you know, that kind of stuff at the end as you're walking out, and she goes to me, "Have a good night, Hermione," and I was like, yeah, and she's like, I kind of smiled at her and was like, "Thank you," and she's like, "You have a good time?" I'm like, yeah, it was just, people, the different, like, variations of reactions from, like, people being, like, kind of thinking it's adorable that I'm dressed up, and people just thinking it's weird. I just think it's really funny to see the gauge of reactions, and a lot of people just won't say anything. So, if you ever see someone dressed up as something that you recognize, and you think it's really cool, or whatever, say something to them, because that's kind of why they do it. Well, yeah, that's why I did it, just to I like to hear the reactions. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Is that just me? I'm pretty sure that every other person that dresses up ever does this thing too, where they kind of like think about what people are saying and then they like think it's funny or like are amused by it. So if you ever see someone dressed up, say something to them. Alright guys, I hope that you guys had a very awesome Harry Potter day, and I will see you soon.